Disruptive law firm social media marketing strategy. I'm about to share with you something that's disruptive. I'm going to use the word again, disruptive. It is crazy, it is disruptive, and it's pulling in 40 cases per month right now as we speak, 3 months in a row, personal injury cases. Now, this can be applied to any practice area, but think of that. If you had 40 additional cases per month coming in through a strategy that requires almost no marketing budget. It requires some budget, but not much. So in this video, you're going to learn how, and this is all based on a real life case study. I'm not going to be sharing the firm, but it's a real life case study. It's working right now, pulling in 40 cases a month. Way more leads than that. It's a headache how many leads are pulled in from this. That's actually one of the risks, which I'm going to start by explaining why you shouldn't do this before I go into why you should and how you can. How to land 40 cases a month using Instagram. That is the core focus here. Now, branding is the core focus as well. And a lot of lawyers have this belief that branding is only for the big firms, and it is if you're talking about offline branding, which is TV, radio, billboards, right? TV, radio, billboards is reserved for the top 5 in a market, right? If you're not the top 5 marketing budget in your area, in your major city, then it's not even worth doing offline branding. It's worth doing lead generation and online branding, which I'm going to explain in this strategy in this video. Okay, so the warning here, warning, is this takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, but I know it works. And I've asked all the hard questions to the person who's doing this. I know it works, okay? After starting this strategy 6 months ago, the lawyer that I'm referring to went from 0 cases per month to 40 landed cases, signed, retained, well, personal injury cases. Sorry. This is insane, okay? So the warning is it takes a lot of time and effort. You will get non-qualified leads from this strategy. It will not be this perfectly targeted approach. Your first 30 cases, you're probably not going to be as picky with because you're going to be excited that it's working and you're going to sign up people that maybe didn't have that good of a case or weren't really within your ideal market. But over time, as you get more and more leads and this becomes predictable for you, over time, you're going to get more and more picky. The quality, you're going to be set up systems to cut through the fluff. This generates a lot of leads. That's my point, and it is cumbersome operationally. For leads in other practice areas, that's a good thing. You can refer those to other lawyers, and you can start setting up more referral relationships in your market to get more cases back. For referrals. Another reason to not do this is when you're using Instagram as a branding platform, the leads a lot of them will come in through direct message on Instagram. It's very inefficient, so much back and forth. It is a big bottleneck. So you need someone managing your Instagram's inbox to make this work. And then also, the third thing is we're going to be using some strategies here that involve paying to get on other people's Instagram profiles, just like you would pay for an ad. So you have to abide by your state's advertising rules. Now I'm going to give you some advice in this video on what to avoid and what to double down on to make sure you're tied up legally, but make sure you abide by your state's advertising rules. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm just telling you a system that works for someone right now. Okay. Long story short, you're going to learn how to become a household name in your market on a shoestring budget. That's really what we're talking about here. I'm just going to dive right in. This is going to require, we're going to probably release a course on this, me and the other attorney who's doing this, perhaps. But for now, I'm just going to bring you right through the meat and bones. Now, you're going to wonder, as I'm going through this, oh, really? 40 cases? Oh, really? 40 cases? Oh, really? Just listen to the strategy. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to implement it. I have nothing to gain here. Okay. Step 1, 60 days of content creation on your Instagram. Very simple. You have an Instagram for your law firm. Preferably, it'll be the lead partner in the law firm whose last name is very present in the law firm. If it's a wacky law firm name, it has to be done under one attorney's account so it's memorable. If it's a simple law firm name, you can use your law firm's name. But veer on the side of caution. Make sure the name of your Instagram account is memorable. Okay, now that we got that out. 60 days of content creation. This is the hard part. You need to do 5 posts a day. 5 posts per week, which comes out to 20 posts per month, 3 months, or 60 days, 2 months in a row. So you need to do 40 posts on your Instagram. Okay, one good way to look at this as an example is a guy who has an Instagram handle called CEO Lawyer. Go on Instagram, type in CEO Lawyer, follow him, look at the way he does his posts. Very similar to this strategy. Some things he does, he does not do all the things I'm going to recommend here. There's a couple other things which you'll see. He does a lot great though. So you're going to do 5 posts a week, and there's going to be primarily 3 post variations on your Instagram. Post number 1 is practice area relevant tips. What to do when this happens. What to do in a divorce. What to do when you're injured in a car accident in this city, right? What to do when medical malpractice, whatever. So you have one category of posts is going to be a what to do post. Now the best way to do these posts is short video form, where you answer a frequently asked question that is popular, and you create a short video on it with captions above and below it so they can see what you're saying. And then at the top of the video, you just put what pain point you're going to solve for them. How to do X, Y, and Z after you're in a car accident in Philadelphia. Okay, so you do 60 days of content creation. One of those tips, one of the types of content is going to be the practice area specific videos. Next is going to be inspirational memes. Okay, inspirational memes are this. They're photos. One thing that works well is a before and after. This lawyer went from X in their life and now is one of the best lawyers. Don't say best, but this lawyer went from being addicted to drugs. Maybe that's not you, but went from being addicted to drugs and now is one of the preeminent lawyers in X city, right? Let's use Philadelphia as an example. The inspirational memes with a little write-up beneath it are shareable content that has an inspirational story behind it and can actually brand you as an authority in your space, right? So even if it's something you make up as a inspirational meme, make sure it actually backs into historical truth, but the storyline can be, you can say a lawyer who came from X in their childhood and now is one of the preeminent, or whatever word you want to use. I'm not sure what's legal regarding that. I know you can't say best, top rated, but you'd want to say is a respected, now one of the most respected lawyers in your town, right? Just a simple before and after photo, and the meme format, it just has text above the image, text below the image, was doing this, now one of the top, or now whatever wording you want to use, now respected in Philly. Lawyer now respected in Philly. Then the third one is funny skits. So funny skits are, you see a lot of like there's some dentists that are blowing up on Instagram right now just doing funny skits. They're shareable, but they're dressed in their uniform as a dentist, and they're making funny skits on a day in the life as a dentist. Nothing tying to get a free consultation now. So you have funny, now these are the hardest to make, the funny skits, because they require filming, editing, and planning out storylines and skits, right? And obviously it helps if in the videos you are funny and not just like bland, and you have charisma, right? That's important for the videos, but you have to own your personality. You don't want to be something you're not. You want them to really connect with the true you. And even if you're, the stereotype of like stuck up, all data driven, well, then be that and put yourself in funny situations where you're the data driven guy and everyone else around you is loosey goosey. And that'll be funny because there'll be character differences. So you create funny skits, inspirational memes, which are just photos of before and after, and then practice area relevant tip videos, okay? So you have those 3 types, and then the 4th type would just be any human photo, right? Any human photo. But you need these other 3 to make this process work, and you'll see why. Okay, so next, after these 60 days, and you build up your content as an authority, the reason it's important to have 60 days of content is because people are going to go through your content when they follow you, when I show you how you get all tons of followers, and to see, are you legit? What's his or her message, etc. And then after you do that, you're going to just, what worked for a short period of time was just doing a little bit of follow, unfollow. So finding anybody and everybody in your market and just doing a follow, unfollow strategy, so that you just get a little bit more followers than you currently have, right? So that works well for a short period of time. You don't want to make that a long part of your strategy. Just in the beginning, if you have like 10 followers, get it up to a couple hundred using follow, unfollow, then cut that off. Don't keep doing follow, unfollow. That's step 2. Only do that for a very short period of time. Okay. So step 1, you've done your 60 days of content with these 3 types and then everyday human images, okay? Then step 2 is you've done the follow, unfollow strategy for a short period of time, okay? Cut that off. Now we're on to step 3. Okay, step 3, your first 2 memes, okay? Your first 2 like good memes. Good memes, I mean memes that are very shareable and high quality and very storyline related. Hey, Emily? Jade's crying on camera. I'm going to pause.
Just do the wipey thing. And
yeah. Step 3 is your first 2 legit, like really high quality memes. Now, I'm going to explain this strategy closely. The first meme for your really, really good ones, like these should go deep into your past and your biggest struggles as a person and make it like an underdog story to where you now are the one on top of the law industry in your city. Okay. The second one's just going to be a funny video skit, which technically isn't a meme. So really, it's like your first 2 really shareable pieces of content that can have a little bit of virality, okay? For each meme, you're going to put some critical thought into the photo meme and the video skit, okay? And then you're going to pay 3 to 4 influencers to share that meme. Okay, with nothing other than what is written in the meme. There's no endorsements. There's no, hire this lawyer, they're the best. There's no false claims of results. It's just, hey, can I pay you to advertise this meme on your page? That's all. 3 to 4 people that have good number of followers. This is how a lot of people on Instagram make money, is through paid collaborations. So you can use 1 or 2 sources. You can use a Shoutout Page, or you can use a human influencer, right? So the Shoutout Page is like, for entrepreneurs, there's Shoutout pages like, entrepreneur quotes or millionaire mindset, and it just has like visual posts of like motivational things. It's not like a human Instagram. It's an inspirational info Instagram. So that's called a shout out page. You can use shout out pages to pay them to share your content. Some of them will pull it down after a couple hours. Others will keep it up forever, right? So that's a shout out page. You pay for that. And then there's the human influencers. So there's 2 ways you can do the human influence side. You can just pay them to post it, Or you can actually do, like one of the coolest things to do would be like a collaboration with the human influencer where you each do a video together, since hopefully they're in your market because you're looking to blow up in your market as a lawyer versus nationally, unless it's a niche that you do nationally. That would be a different influencer. You meet up with them, you do a video, and then they share it on theirs. And then here's the key. The goal is to have 3 or 4 people share this funny skit and or meme. Then you post it to your page. You're not posting it until after they do, so that there's buzz build up. Okay? Then your Instagram will feed off of that buzz. You'll have more followers who have already engaged with that same post with the other influencer, and that creates a multiplication effect because the people will re-like it, typically, share it, etc. Okay? So that is the step 3, is your first 2 real quality shareable pieces of content, which I said memes, but it's really one funny skit video and one meme of inspiration. Okay. Now step 3.5 I have here is abide by your advertising rules. And every state has different rules. There's a couple solves here. The 2 biggest things that that in our research we found is adding disclaimers to posts. So adding a disclaimer like I have written here. This advertisement is a paid endorsement. All reenactments are dramatizations and not depictions of real life. So-and-so's law office is located in enter your town. All uses of our slogan shall not be interpreted, or all uses of really any wording in this shall not be interpreted as an expectation of any positive legal results. So if you put endorsements, you can cover yourself a little better than just not doing any disclaimers. Okay. Then the second point is avoiding paid endorsements. Okay. And what I mean by that is paid endorsements is the key. And again, this changes state by state. I'm just speaking on behalf of one state's rules that I looked into. Don't allow a paid influencer to say, oh, this law firm's the best, hire them, because that's an endorsement and that could give a sense of an unreasonable expectation for a positive legal result, and you're paying them, so that would not be construed as an honest depiction of your services, right? So avoid paid endorsements and add a disclaimer to the bottom of or wherever you need to in all your posts. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I just looked into the state advertising rules, and this is just some suggestions for you to take and maybe do more research on. Okay, step number 4 is research influencers and connect. Okay, now this kind of ties into step 3 where you're finding the Shoutout page or the influencer in your market and connect. Okay, so for example, personal injury, if you want to target traditional auto accident cases, then you probably want to go after the lower income market. There's not really any qualifiers for personal injury other than someone being injured and wanting to sue, right? Or there being negligence, right? So for PI, you can cast a pretty wide net. You probably wouldn't want to do it under business audiences, influencers. So you wouldn't want to do it for someone who has a big entrepreneur following in your city, a influencer post. You'd probably want to find someone who's within lower income areas, has a big following of your target market. Family law, business law, that's where you would want to target the business owner pages where it's likely that entrepreneurs, highly paid executives, etc. are following. You'd want to make sure that you are using people who have a business owner following as influencers versus the low income audience. Okay, criminal law, PI, family law. This works for any niche. I just want to make clear it's not about the targeting. It's about the information on your profile being relevant and your messaging being relevant on them, on your influencer post, which I'll explain shortly. So the most important thing is that you just get attention in this process, but be cognizant of whether you're going after the right market or not, okay? Great. So you've researched influencers, you've connected with these influencers that are relevant to your niche. Now, one of the secrets here is to find a comedian, like a comedy Instagram in your market where they just have the funniest posts ever, right? Every market has a really funny person. These people do tons of collaborations, and a comedy market is going to get in front of a lot of people, right? So if you can do a funny skit with a comedy-focused Instagram influencer, where there's no promises of your legal services being the best, but you're just there, and at the end there's a mention of, hey, go follow this lawyer who's on the come up in, insert town name, then you will get tremendous numbers of followers, and that brand credibility will carry over to your profile. I think another thing before I go into any influencer details is you need to shoot high. So for every 10 influencer posts you want to do per month, you need to be reaching out to like 30, because a lot of these people are not responsive. They think you're shuffling, they think you're not really going to pay them money for an influencer post. They get ripped off. And another thing to accept is you're going to get ripped off once or twice. It's just going to happen. So the average influencer post for, a page that has, maybe 500,000 followers, maybe 40,000 followers, not viral, is, anywhere between 300 to maybe $600. Some of them are real cheap, like $100. Others who have really big followings, multi-million followings, most times it'll be, 500 to 1,000 to get in front of so many eyeballs. It's crazy. Like, just look at the engagement on their past posts. That's what you'll get. So I would recommend shooting high and understanding that some influencers may rip you off. You may need to Venmo them first to get their attention, and then then they'll rip you off. But that only happens maybe 1% of the time, and it's a cost of doing business if you really want to get attention through influencers. Now, what you're going to share with the influencers is, like I said, memes or funny skits. That's it. It's so simple. So the real important thing is that you create before and after memes and skits that with an iPhone you could reasonably film without having a huge editing crew every time. And you can replicate that strategy and do a new funny skit, or 3 every month, and then plan who's going to share that. They share it first, and then you post it back to your page after they share it. It's pretty easy. Now, what happens is as you build up brand momentum, it's important for you to be interactive with the responses. And obviously you can hire someone to be interactive with the responses, but that's important for the multiplier effect. And then eventually you'll have, even with just 20,000 followers from this strategy, you can be getting 40 cases per month for 3 months in a row. That's all I can quote. I can't say for years and years. I just know that it brought in 40 cases per month, 3 months in a row. So follow this strategy. Let me know how it works. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to hop on a call with me to go over this strategy. Just go to smbteam.com, smallmediumbusinessteam.com/law firms, and submit your information there, and I'd love to help you out. This is a lot of work, but there's a lot of reward too. So comment below if there's anything I can go deeper on. Please subscribe to our channel for any more disruptive information like this. And like the video if you liked it, so that I know what to make more content on. So thank you so much for your time, energy, and attention.